think that's bad either. I think that's a pretty good deal. Would you guys have made that trade? 60% movement speed for losing all your coins at the end of floors.
Hey, yo, is that Mexican OT? That good dog got me looking just like Johnny Dang. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen whipping chicken kind of bread like Cane's. Good dog got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket cocaine. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty bag baby from dirty bag with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames. Chopping on the block, while the leg doing jumper jacks. Smoking on the wood, yellow timber like it's lumberjack. Suppressor on the Mac 10, sounding like it's bubble. Heard him tippy in the shower, I'ma give his ass a bubble bath. Choppers and choppers, the bitch, I got a whole lot of that. With the steel, I'ma kill, yeah, I got him falling. Got me feeling like a baby that's finished, so with my bottle that I'm just rhyming words, I don't even know how to rap. Every time that they see me, better believe that I'm flossed up. Got crossed up, picking dirt, and I'm bounced up. I'll be catching these plays, fuck around, they get moused up. I'll be eating the booty, let's how to get it tossed up. Pop trunk on the hat while we waving goodbye. I'm from Lone Star, sipping lean with pecan pie. I don't play by respect for that, we gon' die. Time and money, so baby, believe I'ma be on time. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen, whipping chicken kind of bread like Cane's. Good dog, got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket cocaine. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty bag baby from dirty bag with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames.
Big legs smoked out, long foes poked out. Keep peas in the drought, getting money down south. Feeling like Johnny Dang, got diamonds in my chain. Hit your bitch in the guts with this big old thing. I got ice on my neck like it's swollen. They cold in the bitch, yeah, these diamonds look frozen. Real players get chose, so you know that I be chosen. Got exotic in my pocket, grab a slap with it, and I roll it. I stay out the way, don't be all in the mix. Call me for sevens, don't call me for six. I ain't selling no grands, bitch, come buy a zip. See the streets getting dry, finna go and take a trip, let's deal. Hold up, wait a minute, if I get it, then I spend it. When I'm in it, can't pretend it, keep it tended with my business. I'm relentless, ain't no witness. I got 2 rent houses and the bitches getting rented. Bitch, I've been a boss for a minute.
Umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen, whipping chicken kind of bread like Cane's. Good dog got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket cocaine. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty bag baby from dirty bag with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames.
I got ice all over my body looking like a snowman. Big rocks in the grill dancing like a slow jam. My chain's so heavy I'm walking like an old man. Try me, you gon' get tagged like a spray paint can. Smoking something from Spokane, I'm getting throwed. It's getting cold, put on the coat, my ice froze. Riding foes, I'm poking out on nice toes. Drive slow, my trunk up and the lights glow. When I'm sitting so low to the ground, I might scrape it. Nothing fake, candy to paint, I might flake it. Riding down 288 in the top vacant. Thinking you gon' run up on me, then you mistaken. Getting baked, breaking them off and leaving stains. I came through dripping a puddle, you thought it rained. Everything flawless from the grills to the chain. I done spent a lot of chains, now I'm looking like Johnny
Louis
Dang.
Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain. In the kitchen, whipping chicken kind of bread like Cane's. Good dog got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick, carry my cane. Right pocket got money, left pocket cocaine. Bulletproof white Cadillac riding in the tank. I'm a dirty bag baby from dirty bag with a dirty case. Slide down your block, light it up with flames. I can still soar. I'm a smoker. Bird I would drink. Could take a walk, Molly walk.
Barakat, slay them. provoked the wrath of a powerful entity. Perish! You have challenged my legion, but you will succumb.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it? Just let it slip. Yo. His palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on his sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm and ready to drop bombs. But he keeps on forgetting what he wrote down. The whole crowd goes so loud, he opens his mouth, but the words won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now. The clock's run out, time's up, over, loud. Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, there goes rabbit. He choke. He's so mad, but he won't give up. That is, he know he won't have it. He knows his whole back to these ropes. It don't matter, he's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stagnant. He knows when he
Hey, just gonna quickly talk about my Sanctum here. So, everybody knows that Sanctum is really easy XP. I think you get around 2 to 3% of a level per Sanctum, depending on how many like rare mobs you kill. So, I think I blasted probably definitely over 50 plus to get from 98 to 100, but it was pretty smooth sailing. I only died once because Lycia had 50% increased monster damage, and I was a dumbass and stood in her slam. But overall, really smooth sailing. I didn't show relics at the start because I was late. I started the recording late. But basically, this is the setup I've been running, and I just recently started to do it, so it's a little bit more high variance because if you find divines, you're going to make a lot more money. But then if you don't find any divines in your run, you're basically, you're going to walk out with nothing. But I think it's worth the trade because, well, buying these are annoying, but I think it's worth the trade because one divine is like 230 chaos, and awakened sextants are like 3.3, so I'm pretty sure like one divine is worth more than like most of the chaos you could get. And I would only do this strategy with a shit ton of investment because one, you need a really strong character. So I'm playing Ruetoo's Aura Spark. And this relic here says you cannot have boons. So your build needs to be strong enough to be able to kill with basically no boons. And this build is definitely strong enough for that. And you want all your other relics to be 2 rooms. And yeah, 2 rooms are really expensive. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I have a 1 room because this is basically every time I had money, I would either upgrade my build or put into relics. I wish I put more into relics first because you can always resell them later. But basically, you can basically see the whole map and you're basically just hunting for divines. You just have to make sure not to take any of the rewards at the end of the Sanctum or they will get doubled. But before this, what I was doing, and it's a very solid strategy, is I've heard about all like the merchant ones with merchant choices. I never looked into it just because I was lazy. So I was just running 2 candlesticks in the center. I probably should have swapped to 1 like a long time ago, but 47 max resolve on boss kill. You just kill the boss. If you're running 2 of them, you almost get 100. So you can literally do anything and take all the accursed packs you want. So that's a really solid strat. I just basically had 2 of these and filled it all out with +4s. Sorry, +2s. And then another little trick that I copied from a bunch of other people is having an animate guardian for your guy. Now, most of the time, right here, I'll go into Blood Aqueducts. Most of the time, right, like, so I have a Kingmaker on him, so if I'm near him, I get Call, Crit Multi, Fortification. But I mean, you definitely do, like, outrange him and he jumps back to you. But you mainly want him for bosses anyways, right? Because I'm going to be right on top of the boss spamming Spark. So, 50% more damage, culling. It's, like, nice. And because I have Ashes and I got Divergent Animate Guardian, basically he has, I think, let's check here. On the tooltip, he has like 26k HP and he has a Gruthal's Pelt on, so he's like regenerating 10% of that per second. So even if Lycia slams him with 50% bonus damage on a high roll, I do not think I've ever seen his HP drop below 1/3. So your Animate Guardian in Sanctum is basically just free if you have a red socket. Now, I don't know if I would recommend it without Ashes and without some more minion life investment. I mean, if I said he never went below 1/3 health, cut, you can basically cut the maximum life in half. So he might go to like 1/4 or something, but I wouldn't trust me with that. And yeah, you just really want a fast build that can freeze and go crazy. So if you have any questions about my build or Sanctum, let me know.